everyone, this is me, Jyotika Bedi, founder of Happiness is Love. We make relationships better. Are you newly married? If the answer is yes, this video is for you. We are talking about the importance of division of labor because a lot goes on into a healthy marriage. And the fact that you're watching this video really means that you are interested in your learning and your growth, because marriage is the perfect place for self-discovery. And there's nothing I can do for my partner but to work on my evolution, on understanding my communication style, on deep diving and really understanding my way of connecting and finding my love language as well. We make these videos so that you can use the tools and techniques that I've applied in my 2 decades of marriage and help build yourself, build your partner, build your family, build your community, and build your legacy. Like I said, a healthy marriage requires conscious effort, daily commitment. It's hard work, but it's the most rewarding work that you will ever do. So before I begin, thank you for all the love, for all the support that you shower on us. It means a lot to us. It propels us, it keeps us going. And if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please press the bell icon button right now and the subscribe button so that you can hear from us. You can stay connected with us. We love to hear from you. If you're struggling with any aspect of your life, we at Happiness is Love care, and we are here because we believe that together we can learn, together we can grow, and together we can build a better future. Until the time we don't share our stories of our struggles, our storms, our successes, we cannot possibly heal. We cannot possibly build ourselves or support each other. So let's begin. One thing that is very important, and it is a requirement, is the willingness of both partners to take an honest assessment of what they may be doing too much or too little in their relationship. And that's why today we're talking about division of labor, which is a very important requirement for a healthy marriage. One area that's especially important to look at is our household labor, as an unfair division of labor at home leads to big problems. And during Corona times, I found this very useful in my family, that this was the greatest opportunity for all of us to reconnect, to share collective responsibility, to appreciate the invisible work that goes on at home every single day, 24/7. And this really helped me and my family build better bonds. The imbalance of shared housework is a common source that I've experienced in my practice working with couples for almost 2 decades now. It is a common source of, again, disconnect in our marriage. And it often boils down to couples not setting expectations about it, not expressing honestly, not sharing openly what they really want and need. And this is what we do at Happiness is Love, where we help you build skills, learn healthy habits, upgrade your mindset and your motivation so that you can be your bestest self. Now, whether couples realize or not, men and women bring with them preconceived notions about how a household should really function. Ideas that have been formed from childhood, from what they have witnessed in their own homes while growing up. So again, nobody is wrong. This is not about who's right or who's wrong. We have to focus on what is right for our relationship. The idea of emotional labor, more properly called the mental load, otherwise known as the invisible work that I just shared, needs to be done to keep a household in order, and it plays a vital role. In fact, in our house, again, there is equal division of labor. My husband leads with his strengths, I lead with mine. In fact, he takes care of, we have 3 children, he takes care of bathing them, cutting their nails, cooking for them, doing the grocery, taking care of home chores, while I am the emotional coach, the happiness coach of the family. I take care of their emotional, their psychological and mental needs. So it's a good division where he focuses on things that he leads with his strengths, and I focus on things which come naturally to me and I lead with my strengths. Experts also agree that having conversations about how exactly you plan on splitting work and childcare early is often critical for achieving happiness. My husband and I keep having, we have weekly reviews. In fact, every month we sit down with the children, we involve them, we get their buy-in, and we explain to them few chores that they have to do, because I think the greatest gift we parents can give our children is to teach them the importance of responsibility, and this can be taught at home, where they also learn to take on the load. And this is very important, to teach our children to do home chores. And I know they don't get excited about it. They roll their eyes, especially when they get teenagers. And my son turns around and says, "Mean mom." And I'm just like, you know what? Mean mom equals good mom, because this is good for you. And everybody needs to have that feeling of contributing towards the welfare of the house, because everybody is living in the house. So everybody has to learn to contribute meaningfully in ways that they can, which is age appropriate, of course. Now again, the importance is, what I want to underscore is, this doesn't mean that every couple just needs to have a true 50-50 split. This is frankly impossible to achieve, almost, really. It does mean, however, that couples need to come to an agreement about what will work for them and have a regular dialogue to keep that agreement in check. So if we are focused or obsessing only on that 50-50 divide, you're going to lose sleep, and it's not going to help your mental health for sure. If you don't have these conversations, what happens is resentment, frustration and anger often builds within us. But the goal really is to talk. If you're having a tough day and you're unable to, let's say, take care of a chore that you are supposed to do, reach out to your husband. Share honestly that I'm having a bad day, I'm having a tough day, I'm so sorry, I feel very tired and swamped today, I will not be able to do my part. And when you do this, when you model this for your children, and you'll realize that your children will start following it too. And if they're having a tough day, they will start to express their feelings openly and honestly, without suppressing them, repressing them, hiding them, and then exploding. So what do we really need to do? We really need to figure out what you already do. So when we aren't conscious of who we are, what we're doing, of who's doing what, we can overestimate our contribution to domestic order. This happens to all of us. Studies show that men in heterosexual relationships are often guilty of this. Make a list of what they feel they do to contribute to the family. For example, one parent may book summer camps, plan birthday parties and family vacations, take and pick up the kids from school, while the other parent may do dishes, laundry, walk the dogs, and earn 75% of the family's income. It may not be an easy assignment, but doing this will make sure it helps you in your imbalances. So again, figure out what you already do and have open, honest conversations with your spouse. Begin the conversation. Start small, but start now. When we aren't, like I said, when we don't have the conversation, that's where resentment builds. Problems arise when couples stop talking about housework but still have the expectation about the housework and how it should be. Leaving those assumptions unsaid leads to relationship stress and problems. Addressing household chores on the front end allows couples to have healthy dialogues on what they like, their dislikes, without feeling attacked or without feeling as if they have to defend themselves. Third, lay out expectations. What I did was start by listening and working to understand how each person sees the current household task situation and how they want to contribute. Discuss not only what needs to be done, but also each person's values and beliefs about the task and the division of labor, because we all live through our beliefs. So it's very important to first seek to understand what the other person's value and beliefs is about that particular task. Both spouses need to listen to each other's expectations. This is very important. If one partner is comfortable with clutter but their spouse can't stand seeing dishes piled up, they need to express their preferences and work as a team to find the solution. It's not you versus me, it's you working with me. These explorations are going to help plan success because of how they allow both partners to learn about the core and situational values that informs our decision making. So this is extremely important. List down your tasks. Once you know your goals, document your plan to achieve them. That way you'll have a record to refer back to, a way to hold each other accountable. Write it down is what I do. I make sure I have these little chick pads to remind myself of the tasks that I have signed up for, And if sometimes my spouse is unable to, I have a conversation about it. Reach out. It also seems simple, but I know it's difficult because sometimes writing it down leads to a little bit of confusion as well. It holds the other person responsible when the other person does not want to take on responsibility. But keep in mind that when you write it down, be a little more flexible when you do that. If you're comfortable with paper and pen, that's fine. Maybe a record keeping method that makes sense for the both of you can also be useful. Prioritize and start small, but start. I believe that change starts with small steps plus consistency. Start now. Start small, but just do it. Once both spouses understand each other's values, then it's time to strategize your first step. It can be a small step. Little by little, one day at a time, identify changes that will cause maximum impact. Starting with small number of tasks that would make the biggest difference in how you both feel. Starting with only 1 or 2 changes, which has the greatest amount of success. Reassess to be realistic. Once you have points on board, agree to return to talk and bring more changes after your initial success together. Keep in mind what seems fair on paper might not function in the real world. Aim for a sense of fairness and fair play to each other's strengths. Like I said, in my family, it's all about each one lead one. Lead with your strengths. Let your spouse lead with his strengths and you lead with yours. If one spouse tries to impose their values on the other without consideration of their feelings, the results are bound to be bad. If they hate doing a particular task, they won't do it well. So again, time to reassess. Be realistic. You can't expect a fish to climb a tree. I don't know how to cook. If my husband started to expect that out of me, or my children suddenly wanted me to cook, I know I'm going to fail because I don't know and I'm honestly not interested. So it's great that my husband and I have that conversation where he takes on this load and he loves to cook for the family. So just because we have these healthy conversations and we have these healthy dialogue, it helps both of us understand each other, to connect with each other and help each other instead of attacking each other. Give it time. No matter how well you plan or prioritize, you're not going to turn the whole ship around in a single day. Be patient. Patience is the name of the game. Remember that the goal isn't to peak efficiency for the house, but to peak your happiness for the family. Keep reassessing again. Our lives aren't perfectly ordered, especially working parents, jobs and responsibilities keep changing and sometimes change dramatically. Couples can work out a detailed domestic workload division and stick to it for months, only to have it thrown out of the window when work grows or becomes more demanding or responsibilities arise. But when the circumstances change, the objective remains the same. The goal has to be to have a calm, warm, honest and respectful conversation about equality and fairness, and to speak up when things are feeling unbalanced or unfair. Again, like I said, and I'm going to say it again, the problem arises when we stop talking, when we stop sharing, when we stop communicating what is it that I want and need and how it makes me feel. If I don't let my spouse know that I am swamped, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling burdened at work, I need your support. I need your help. I need you to be there for the kids today because I'm having a tough day. It is my prime responsibility to learn the tools to speak up, especially in those tough times. And it's okay for you to sometimes say, I'm so sorry, I won't be able to do this because today I'm having a tough day or a bad day and I'm unable to help you. And also allow your partner, because again, whatever we are seeking, are we giving is the question. I hope this video was useful to you. If you're newly married or not, if you're struggling or not, please comment on the box below if you want to share anything about how our videos make you feel. Thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing. Keep smiling, keep shining, keep inspiring.